All right, cool. We're live. Awesome. Members only has been created. All right, cool. We're live. Eligible members notifications. Perfect. So I'll check one thing and then we'll get started. All right, guys, let's get into it. Doesn't show. Interesting. All right, guys. Just gonna break down some levels for you guys. It says members only. I see with this. Let me see if I can change this. Customization. Can you hear it now, Jayon? How's it going now? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the channel. Let's get into it. Let's go over some stocks. If it's your first time being here, definitely be sure to check out the channel, check out the playlists, check out the membership only videos. I just dropped this one, early access, my Fidelity crypto portfolio reveal, and another crypto coin that I actually am going to be adding to my portfolio. So definitely be sure to check that out. And if you want some just quick shorts, you can check out how much I've made day trading this year, 2025 so far. And let's get into it. So let's go over some stocks. Let's break it down. Just want to do a quick 20 minutes on this. We'll do another live stream on Sunday, but please message me in the comments if you find anything that's interesting to you that you want a stock reviewed. We got some stuff that we are going to review. We're going to break down NVIDIA. We're going to break down the short position of it. But overall, always start with the overall NASDAQ QQQ. Let's look at the 5-year chart. Look at this trend. We are trading at highs. When you look at this 1, 2, and 3rd line, trading at all-time highs, looking for this part right here. It is definitely has some potential to have a pullback, which is completely healthy. You should not be worried unless you're buying at highs with your entire account. Then that is something I would be concerned over. But let's break it down. Let's look at some levels. I want to see QQQ break down to 530. Best case scenario, if the rate cuts don't happen September 17th, we get a pullback maybe to 530, 540. That would be excellent. Going down to the 1-month chart, we get a little more specific here. We are rejecting at the 583. The 583 is rejecting. And let me know what you see. I'm seeing a potential head and shoulders. Here's your head. Here is your shoulder. And then here is your other shoulder forming right here. This would be your higher low. And what I would love to see happen here is we have a pullback. We start fading and fading down. This is what I want to see. I don't know how realistic this is, but when I look at the overall Qs and we are trading within this range, a pullback is not too far-fetched, and it would be healthy for the market. This is what you need when it comes, to long-term buyers trying to get in. So that's the Qs. That's what I'm watching. We got that resistance right there. Next, SPY looks very similar. 5-year chart. We are trading uptrend here, pulled back to 478 up to 650. Now when you look at the SPY, 650 is that resistance zone. We have 645. Definitely possible for SPY to break through, but tech stocks showing some weakness. When you looked at QQQ, SPY, look out for this support level here around $638 per share, around that range. Let's get into some individual stocks. NVIDIA is rejecting 184. It tried multiple times bouncing off of this. Looking at the year to date here, just keep in mind, guys, I know I always keep, if you guys watching my channel, we always go over this, $86 up to 184. Nvidia's up 110%. It's okay for it to pull back. If you actually look at this, their earnings aren't bad, but they are pulling back in their data revenue, their data centers. So we could see some pullbacks potentially unless they get that news cleared up with China going on with their H2Os and whatever else is going on with them. So if we get pullbacks, watch that 168 level, but I really want to see 166, that pullback. Currently we are trading in this zone. I'm not doing anything with this stock until we get out of this range, 168 to 183. That has to break. You have to wait for that level to break. If you want, you can take stabs below at 168, but keep your stop loss tight, because if you break that level, you are going to be selling off into this zone, which is 168 down to 150. 150, I'm going to start to get interested in Nvidia again for swing trading it, which would be nice. Next, breaking down Google. Google looking up here at this top stock right here, trading in this platform up here. I definitely would be interested in selling some shares, but I'm going to continue holding my long-term position of Google in the YouTube portfolio. For those of you members that get access to it, you get access immediately. I just posted a video on this. Looking at Google, I want to see a pullback. They're still waiting for their decision with the judge. If it pulls back, maybe 5% to 200, maybe I'll start thinking about dabbling. But I really want to see a pullback down to 194. We'll just be cautious, waiting for that. Nothing wrong with that. Next stock, PLTR. PLTR is made the highs of 189. Year to date, this is pretty much the stock of the year. From $63 up 200% up to 193. Still excellent gains for whoever's holding it. With this pullback here, looking at the 3-month, we need to see a pullback to about 125 for me to really start being interested. I know a lot of you think I'm probably crazy saying that. I think this is so overvalued. It's just ridiculous. We need a 20% pullback for me to start even considering this stock. PLTR pulling back like this. We need to see this level of 150 finally break, and I don't really see much resistance here going against that. So that's what I'll be looking for with that. Going to the next stock, Tesla stock. I look at this year to date, well, it actually is down 17% if you count it from 450 where it was. But we are just trading in this consolidation zone, and this is what matters. But we are currently making higher highs. Right here, you have right there. Now you have this next level right here at 320, and then your next level, which is getting even higher, is the $333 level. So looking at this here, these are higher lows. It is currently trading up, but that's a huge massive red candle. But I do believe that we will have some nice news when it comes to their delivery numbers, considering you had the EV credit, and that EV credit expires in September. So that is going to make people pretty much buy a Tesla. And if you look at the deliveries, it does take a while. If you go on the website and try to order a Tesla, the delivery numbers take a while to receive your vehicle. So I'm assuming demand is up, and we will go from there. I want to bring up this stock, RR. I bought some shares of this. This is a risky stock. I'm probably going to lose money on this, but I bought this around $3.20. We're looking at this. We had a nice pump up. This is a robotics play. And this is definitely not something that I made a great purchase on, but when I look at it, I'm just going for I made a bunch of money day trading this month, made over $13,500. I said, you know what? I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to put this fun money to work. And right now it's not looking good, but we need to break above $3.50. This is Rick-Tech Robots. I'm buying something that is robotic wise. They had just a nice news with major delivery with retail. So we'll see if we get some more positive movement. If we can break 350, I'm going to continue holding my position. I'm going to give a lot of wiggle room on this stop loss here. I'm probably going to add actually if it gets to 250, and then we'll see what goes from there. Breaking down our next stock, MU stock, Micron. This is finally breaking out from 130 down to 121, down to 116. Now I'm waiting to see, can we get above 123? That is definitely a level that will turn into potential resistance. If you look right here, the reason why I point out this level is when we were first consolidating, we started consolidating in this 120 to 123 range, blasted up, retest support, broke through it, retest, failed this level, started coming back down. So now that's the level I'm looking for. Let's see, we are trading in this consolidation zone of 116 to 122, and that is where I will continue watching. If we get weakness in the market, look for pullbacks below this 116, pulling back to about here, 115, and then pushing down to 110. That is what I will be watching out for. UNH stock, this stock has a lot of potential momentum here. If you just look at UNH from a technical perspective, we have some resistance at 327 per share. So resistance at 327, we have this here. We blast up, consolidation in this zone, and now what we need to see here is we are starting to break out of this 310 range. We need to get above 316 to make that move a little bit higher. That would be nice. So what I'm doing is watching this flag. If we get above 316, we'll look for a move to 327. 300 has tried to break multiple times and it has not. It has held up very well. So I think UNH is headed up on an uptrend, which would be nice. Let's talk about C3AI. C3AI, $30 per share. We haven't seen it. It's down 50% from there. These are the zones that we're trading in. If we can get above this $18.6 per share, we need some positive news, positive catalyst. Currently, I'd be looking for short positions moving up into 1850 and pushing down. Until we get that positive catalyst, that is what I am looking for. Next, taking a look at BBAI. This is a stock that I day traded around $3.60, sold it around $6. I am going to continue watching this. It is finally starting to pull back. This is what I want to see. I want to see, can we get further downside to about $4 per share? That would be excellent. That's what I want to see. So let me know in the comments what you think about BBAI. BBAI is at $5. This is definitely something riskier. And we need to see if we cannot hold $5. We're retesting 473. Not much of a support level here. There is a little bit. I mean, you can see it zooming in right here, that you have something here. So let's zoom it out. Let's put it over here. Right there is your support level technically. It's a little small one. So if you want to try to play that bounce, you can, but you better keep a strict stop loss to that 470, 475 range. UPS is another stock that I've been watching. I'm interested in. I believe it has finally found its footing. It is holding $84, $85 per share, but it's got to get above this 92 to 93 range. Once it can get above that, I'll say $90 flat, then we are potentially in business here. So we're watching this at these levels. So let's be cautious. We're trading in this range, but if we get to $90 per share, I could see why people are interested. XRP, crypto, selling off. It is trading within this wedge that we drew out. So we're starting to just consolidate in here. I would expect a bounce around 270. If we don't get that bounce, then we're going to continue sliding a little bit, probably to 250. Just keeping an eye on the XRP. Moving over to Intel. Intel stock right here is basically, when you watch Intel, it is struggling to break above $26 per share. It has tried multiple times, false breakout right here, false breakout right here. So we just have to wait. It's got to break above. The way to play this safer is play this at the highs. You want to get a blast through and then a retest. That's what you want to see. That would be the best way to play Intel if you're looking to go long on it. Or you can do what everybody else does and you can buy the lows and hold. Buy $20 and wait, because that's pretty much just consolidates in that region of $20 to $26. You got to be very patient and be able to hold it during that time. All right, next we're going to be looking at AMD. AMD pulled back to 162. It is playing in a tight range right here. This is the tight range. It is rejecting 170 right now and is trading within this range. So if it breaks 160, we are going to start moving down, potentially down to 133. Just keep an eye out on that. Chipotle stock is just kind of withering away at this point. If you look at it on a 5-year chart, it is at the support level that it was trading, 25, 30, now to 42. I'm hoping we get a pushback to like $39, $38. Starting to show, will this support level hold up? But this 200 EMA in green is definitely pulling back a little bit, so definitely be cautious. I believe this stock Fly is going out of business. I think that's why it's suspended. If you see here, it's worth 54 cents. I think they went out of business. Let's see if there's any news on it. Here we go. So yeah, Spirit Aviation bankruptcy. So definitely be careful. I wouldn't be buying this stock. This is terrible. It's going to sell off. Not looking too good for them. Next, let's go over JetBlue. JetBlue is a stock that we always dollar cost average in. It never seems to break above $8 per share. I've been holding this stock for years. It's just awful. It's just like, as you can see here, it's trading in here. I always buy shares around $3.50, $4 to average down in the position. Overall, JetBlue's had some struggles. Airline stocks just don't do that well. $21 down to $3, $4. Now we are trading. Unless you're trading Delta, I feel like they don't really trade very well. You got to be the top cream of the crop if you're going to trade plays. But we're at this $5.35, looking for that push up to about $7, $8. Another one is Berkshire Hathaway. If you have $755,000 ready to buy one share of this bad boy. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go over the Berkshire B, where it is worth. Oh, it's worth $500 per share? Wow, okay, I thought it was a little cheaper than this. So still pretty expensive. But the Berkshire Hathaway has pulled back a little bit, 540 down to 500, was down to 450 at one point, which is nice. So if you're looking at this trading here, you have nice bounce supports going on in this range. And if you are just trying to be a long-term investor, what you can do is just mark off these highs with this support level right here. And then you can also just buy at the bottom in the middle of the channel. That is one way to do it. But as you can see, we've had a little bit of resistance in the yellow in the middle right here. We're just going to change these colors to make it a little easier for you guys. And we're going to make this green as a go. Let me just change this real quick. Let's use this color. And then I'll put red as a caution, saying maybe you don't buy, maybe either take profits up here. So I like to do this. You can see we are trading within this zone. And now it looks like Berkshire Hathaway has a potential to retest the $530 per share, which is fine. Let me see, what are the other stocks we were talking about? We were going over some of them. Let me see your messages. Jay Young, I'm just checking it out. He's really watching BMNR. Let's break that down, BMNR. So I've been telling, if you're in my WAP, you know I've been saying do not buy BMNR. I think this thing is going to sell off. I still think to this. I said at $40, maybe we'll start to get interested. This is kind of what we've been looking at. I'm watching it here. We're watching that 3250 he was saying. Let me take a quick look. Looking at these levels. And let's see your 3250. I'm assuming, where are you getting this 3250 from? I'm guessing it's coming from the 6-month chart. Let me just, or maybe the 3-month chart. There we go. So there it is. So I have $40 marked off as the first support level, but now moving back, you can see maybe from around $32 per share right there potentially. This would be your next level. Instead of making it $32.50, Jay Young, I just make it lower. Just make it down to the $30 whole dollar support level. We need to see a pullback here. This definitely is a little risky here, because if we pull back to 40, we might consolidate and pop from here. But if we don't, I would look for that pullback all the way down to $30, showing that crypto has pulled back. Definitely something to consider. 21 shares already. What's your cost basis? Looking at that cost basis, I think we got to pay attention. Bitcoin is starting to pull back as well. Bitcoin, we want to see pull back to 100,000 per share. If we get the 100,000 per share, I think people are going to start buying in just because that's psychological. All right, so 42 is not bad as your cost basis. I definitely would keep an eye on it though. Make sure you follow your stop loss. Unless that's something you want to just hold long term, okay, that's fine. And then looking at Bitcoin, we have that here at 100,000. And now moving forward, I just want to break down ETH, and then we're going to get out of here. You want 50 shares, and he's done. Well, maybe dollar cost average at 35 then. Let's see here. ETH is really still pumping at this point. And there was an interesting conversation I was having with somebody, and they were saying Bitcoin's pulling back because everybody's buying XRP and ETH. I kind of wonder how true that is. I feel like if Bitcoin pulls back, all of them pull back. But, I mean, as we're speaking right now, I mean, we can see that Solana is just completely dying. I was making a video that I'm going to buy them at 200, and it's literally been not even an hour, and it's already sold off down to 200. It's incredible how fast crypto sells. It just sells off 218 down to 199 already. So you got to be cautious when you buy these guys. You really got to be patient waiting for your levels, and you can get the levels that you want when it comes down to this. Guys, I can't thank you enough so much. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Please check out the YouTube channel. There's plenty on here for you guys. Trading Simplified. We almost have 6,000 subscribers, so if you haven't considered it, please hit that subscribe button, like the video. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Check out our members over here on the YouTube channel, paying a monthly membership. They got the little star next to their name, supporting the channel. I appreciate that. And then check out the links, the WAP right here, if you want to get a direct access to the channel where you get to directly chat with me and the community. Let's do one more. Let's do Zena, and then we're going to end this. Zena, what is this? What is Zena Tech? Break it down for me, Jay Young. What is this Zena Tech that you want me to look at here? Let's go on the news. Establishes manufacturing facilities in Taiwan, spider vision sensors, establish new manufacturer. So, okay, 3D. It's like a drone. Oh, it's like a drone service. Is that what we're talking about here? Let's just do the charts. Jay Young will type it in the channel. Looking at this though, we are trading in a downtrend, clearly consolidating in this zone right here on Zena. And looking at it here, we have 750 down. You can see here, and then right here. So we are trading in this wedge right now. And we are finally going to see where is this going to break out. So looking at this wedge here, I would just be cautious. You're either going to play to the downside or you're going to play to the upside right here at $5 per share. If we break 445, look for that move down to 330. And then what we're going to be doing as well is if we can break to the upside, you got to get above basically $6 per share for potential rejection down. That would be something that is possible as well. But you are trading within this wedge. Let's wait and see what it does. I don't know much about this stock, just breaking down the technicals for you. All right, guys, that's the recap. Thank you so much. Jay Young, message me in the WAP. If you want to continue, I'll check you out from there, all right? Let me just include the WAP link. So if you click on this video and you just want to join, you can definitely get access to that. Let me just bring it up real quick. Invite people. Let me see here. Copy link. There we go. Boom. I'm going to put the link right in here. So you guys got it. If you want to join the link, just click on that. You'll be able to join. Public safety field services fell. Interesting. We'll have to look into it. I got to see what the revenue is. We'll break it down on the WAP. We'll talk about it. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.